the pace of change
Sure.
driven by the pandemic has just been exponential.
Yeah.
I think what I noticed in the prior 10 years was more about streamlining processes and automation of certain processes
Sure.
that would help the sales teams go faster, right? The proliferation of tools that we had that came into the market, right? I mean, even LinkedIn back in 2010 was not what it is today, right? Now, a salesperson without LinkedIn is, it's just impossible to think of. But today, the tools that are available to us and the way for us to kind of wring productivity out of reps and make their jobs more efficient, right? Because I remember in the early days of selling, I used to have 4 days of on the road beating the street, and then 1 day to get organized. That was Friday always, right? To do your expenses and fill out all sorts of reports. Like that stuff is gone. Yeah. Right. So everything now is at your fingertips and ready to go. So I think we have done a good job as a profession, right, of just getting leaner and smarter with our time and how we allocate our time by embracing technology tools to do so, right? I think that's like the last 10 years before COVID. Then there's COVID. Gone are the need or the perceived need that an effective sales organization must be sitting in a cubicle farm, making phone calls all day long and responding to emails. And I mean, that just doesn't exist today. Right. So I think what I've really learned in the past year is how resilient the profession is. Right.
Agreed.
COVID hit. Salespeople really didn't miss a beat because we're used to being kind of on the road, doing things on the fly, and we have the technology in our hands to do so. So from a productivity standpoint, we didn't really lose much. In fact, I would argue that we've gained at our own detriment, right? Because, gone are the days where you work from 9 to 5 in an office. So, there's a lot of different gives and takes, and people have to make sure they have the right balance between work and life, clearly. But, that should be a guardrail that we all try to aspire to hold, right? But the need for companies to make sure that they hold their people captive in an environment so they can watch them while they make these phone calls or while they send their emails, I think that's gone, Trevor, and I don't think it's coming back. And for a leader, it's actually kind of refreshing because now I'm not just segmented to the talent pool that exists within my geography.
Totally.
I can actually go out and hire people in geographies that I would never have hired before, and they're great people. The only reason they weren't working with me is because they were located in, Kitchener, Ontario. I don't care if you're in Kitchener, Ontario, or Miami, Florida, or Scottsdale, Arizona. It doesn't matter. If you can sell and you're good and you're determined and, the numbers will bear out whether you're working or not. I don't need to watch you to do that. You know what I mean? And I think that's a shift that, it'd be interesting to watch over the next 6 months as companies kind of move back to this hybrid model. And we've had this debate internally at Conviva, like, what do we do? And, there's people, I do value in-office collaboration, right? I think it's great. Maybe only a couple days a week, though. I don't need to be there 5 days a week and battle traffic back and forth to the office every day. That's lost productivity time for me. That's lost selling time for me. So I think this is going to be an interesting shift as people move back to the hybrid model, how much of that sticks and what type of activities will be conducted in office now is probably going to be way more valuable than just meeting for meeting's sakes. It should be about collaboration time and getting things done to move deals and, move those balls down the field so that you can close them more quickly. But I think the requirement that people are in the office every day from this point forward in sales, I think that's gone with the dodo.